Well, it is a mild night here in the southeastern part of the country, and it's time for football at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, BMan Robinson. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Yeah, look at this Baltimore defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now Sanders. That's out wide here for Robinson.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Over the middle to Beckham.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Not the best of starts here offensively. You're back home. You lost a couple games in a row, and here's an early 3 and out to start things off.
And I think they were counting on being at home and having the home crowd carry them along a little bit to help things get better. But the bottom line is, you don't get the crowd involved until you play better. They've got to create some first downs, some big plays, things of that nature to make sure that the crowd is right there with them.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Jackson now off the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
First down carry for Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll be taken down at the 46.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in the state of Georgia. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebacker.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back on the 35-yard line. James Pierce. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Jackson to throw. He drops this one off underneath here for Hill. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36-yard line.
On play action, here's Shadur. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The Falcons at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around. I expect them to play really well here.
First catch here for London, and also a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And this guy can be everywhere. Kyle Hamilton getting there to drop him for a loss.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And his throw is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They go play action now. Sanders under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And now Nick Folk, his career long, 56 yards. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
Now 2nd and 5. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Buying time to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jalen Walker. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
How about that tip ball going their way? They've got to have a lot of confidence because so far, it seems like everything is going their way.
On the other side, they're just hoping that second half it's a little bit of flip the script.
Yeah, let's see if they can hang in there mentally because sometimes when things go against you so much in the first half, it's hard to bounce back.
A toss left, Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Rice. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on 4th. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a 1st down.
Henry running right. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Second and 7. To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Jackson. Fires the out route to Lane. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Ravens 14, Falcons nothing. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. To throw is Sanders. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Throwing, Sanders.
37-yard line.
And he fires one incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Sanders to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Sanders going to throw again. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
Nick Polk to kick off for Atlanta.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
But one thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
In motion left, Flowers. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Running lanes run a premium in the first He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Luke now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Ravens 21, Falcons nothing. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, having a partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders. That one out wide and intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
At the 6-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Steps away. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see a franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Jackson from the shotgun. This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, and I don't think he got there. He did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Now it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
There he goes, right side. He's got a full head of steam. Touchdown, Falcons! Bijan Robinson, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Full connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's out just shy of the 40. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And it's a quick acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Jackson now. And it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Sanders. And he whips that one incomplete there.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Sanders. Oh, that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. It's probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll go. Here's Sanders. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. Stiff-armed him. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 27 yards. And the Ravens are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. On his loop for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
That's the score. Ravens 28, Falcons 7. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. From the gun, it's Sanders. And he's able to get out to the 32, not down there. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
Now Sanders. And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw now, here's Sanders. And this one is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Come on. Ready.
Pass to the right side, hauled in by Branch. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
It's a gain of 22
A good pickup there at 22.
And the Falcons, first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
To throw again, here's Sanders. A look to the outside as they try to set up the screen. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. On for the extra point is Folk. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
To kick off for Atlanta.
Folk out there now to kick this one off. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. Taken down at the 42.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
This a 2nd and 8. Jackson. That's out to Hill, right side complete. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
To Justice Hill. A gain of 37 yards. And the Ravens first down.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London, 51 yards. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, the Falcons got it. Yep, Atlanta football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15. To throw is Sanders. This is Robinson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing, Sanders. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
Sanders to throw. That one deep for London. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Here's first down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Sanders once more. He's got it. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Now 1st and goal.
18, 19, 18. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
From the gun, it's Shador. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. Probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Now Folk for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Ravens 35, Falcons 28.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And they've got it. They recovered it. Well, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan.